Yeah, welcome to what we've called Scroungers off-grid Homestead. It's about a 2-hour drive south of Perth in Western Australia. It's just a bush block, so there's no services here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take you for a quick walk around part of the block here. It's just a few acres, so and it's just natural bush. It's surrounded by what used to be dairy farm, but this property now is just been left go. So just follow me and I'll just give you a quick run around. What we can see is a paddock out the back. We've just got natural bush here. A lot of it's regrowth. It's got a mixture of paperbark trees and jarrah trees. Some pretty substantial trees here. There's a dairy farm. I don't know whether you can see it in the background right over there, a few dairy cows. This drain here used to have water flowing through it. It was part of the irrigation for the dairies in the neighbourhood. So it used to just come out of one of the dams up in the hills here, and they just used to flow it through all the way through to all the properties in the area. Well, now it's all done through pipes, and so I don't know how old that is. That's going back a long way. So it's just such a gorgeous little block here. Yes, you can see there's some reasonably old jarrah trees here. As I said, it once was a dairy farm many years ago. So what we're actually going to do is just fence off a section of this block here. So we're facing south at the moment, so that goes for probably about another 200 metres in that direction. You can see a fence line over there that's about 75 metres that way, and over this way it's about another 150 metres to the edge of the block there. And I'll show you where we're going to be putting the homestead on, and just explain a little bit of what our plans are. So I've marked out roughly what the place is going to look like. Oop, down a rabbit hole. So where all this metal is here, this is a veranda. Be a 3.6 wide lean-to out the back, and where this part here is, you'll see, so I've just got some steel laying out on the ground marking out the where it's all going to go. This will be a 1-bedroom with a bathroom and a composting toilet in here, kitchen and a lounge room. And then you'll see here we are, we've got another part with the veranda marked out here. This is actually going to be the initial part of the build. I've sourced a 6-metre shipping container, so that's going to have a 1.8 metre veranda all around, as you can see. And joining up to the new building up there with a 1.8 metre veranda going all the way around there. Right, so the sea container is going to be sitting in here. I've actually sourced this container. I actually swapped 3 days labour to get this sea container off of a neighbouring property. It's in pretty average condition. I'll see if I can get a video of that later and show you what that is. But I've got some gables. We're going to put a gable roof because the roof is leaking and it's got holes all through it. So it's pretty average condition, but it's going to be clad with some old corrugated iron, etc. So, why is it called Scroungers? I wonder. So all you can see here, this is things I've gathered off of Gumtree, which is a online buy, swap and sell website, Australia-wide. So these are all freebies. So we've got some treated pine old shiplap fencing here. It's so termites won't get it. That's about 20 metres long. That'll be for our veggie patch and to keep all the animals out, all the rabbits, etc. And there's all the beams and all of that. So that was a freebie. Now this is been sourced from the local recycling tip in the area. So we've got about 50 of these treated pine. They're about 200 millimeters wide, so what's that, 6-7 inches in diameter. So there's 50 of those, $60. There, if you went and bought them new, you'd be looking at about $10 each, so works out at, you know, just over $1 each. You can't beat that. So today's little pickup from down the refuse, all this fencing. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rolls of 900 mil wide fencing, 19 mil reticulation pipe. There's probably about half a dozen used rolls of that. It's been used for a dripper system in an orchard, so that's not a problem. We'll be that's exactly what I'm going to be using it for. So we'll just have to work out. You can see some of the holes in there where I don't know how far apart they are, but you know, we'll make do. So the retic pipe, fencing, $20. You try and work out how much that is to buy. So, and here's this afternoon's pickup from the same place. This was a shed that from the Yarloop fire a couple of years ago, it got burnt down. So some of the tin looks in pretty average condition. But I'm going to clad the outside of the sea container with this and use that for the verandas. So it's going to look very rustic, as you can imagine. But that's the look I'm wanting. Now this drain pipe here, where the drive is, where we're going to come in with the car, is just over here. I probably should have showed that to you before while I was over there. In winter it gets very wet here. It's all clay based land, so it takes a long time to drain away. So I don't know whether you can see this depression here, but this is part of the drainage channel on the block, so that it runs off the high ground into these channels. You know, it hasn't been used for years, but you can see where it is. Used to be an old track around the edge here. So here's where the veranda is. You can just see that. I have to remove a couple of these little paper barks. So the driveway is going to be in here, where we can get in and park the cars. Gate and fence through here. So where this depression is, I'm going to put that black pipe, cover it over, so that it can still, all the water can drain into this ditch here and run away. The next little pickup is I've got some shed gables here. So there's half a dozen gables. That's all. That was a freebie. There's the door off the shed. So it's 3.2 metre gables. There's half a dozen of those. They'll be going on here. So you'll see it'll be 3 metres from here to about here. gable roof going like this, and then a skillion roof running down down to this wall here, and then there'll be a veranda running around from there. Well, that's the plan anyway, but we'll see. It depends what else we can scrounge. The plans will change according to what we can find, I'm sure. So I've stacked a whole lot of steel next door, next to where I've got to pick up this shipping container. So the next video I'll show you what the plans are for all the footings and the subfloor for these buildings. So bear with us. I'll be posting this on, I'm assuming that I'll probably try and start up a YouTube channel, and we'll do our progress reports as it goes. So the only last thing I was going to say is that on this shipping container, by the time you have the doors open, we're going to enclose all of that. I've picked up 10 185 watt solar panels, so that goes on the roof, and I've got 8 100 amp hour 12 volt batteries. They're an extra Telstra remote locality solar repeater station batteries, intend running a 48 volt system. So that is why this building is facing this way. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so you can see the sun's going down that way. It's west is over here, east is over here, so the sun does the arc like this, so we're facing north now. That's where the solar panels will be facing. We'll get the most of the day. Unfortunately, this tree here has to go, but for the rest of the day we'll get just about full sun. So we work out we'll have about all year round a minimum of 7 hours the solar panels will be in the sun, so we'll have plenty of power. We'll be running LED lights. I'll have a 240 inverter so that I can run a fridge, and just the basics. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the introduction to Scroungers Off-Grid Homestead. Subscribe, and love to hear from you. Cheers.